was it, right?
Yes.
Happy
For you. I wish nothing but the best for you both.
That's a good song.
I know the
Burden of me.
Okay.
Burden like me.
Okay.
When she goes down on you in a theater. And
Okay,
when
so-
she have your baby.
That is an angry song, dude.
Yeah. There's a lot of her songs that were
really excellent.
Mother.
She was just
And are you thinking of me when you make turkey chili in your Dutch oven? Anyway. Hey, everybody. This is Carlos and Sandy Lee, and you're listening to the Off Your Flosser podcast. We're here to rock your world.
Thanks for listening, everybody. And go floss yourselves.
Thanks, everybody. Now go floss yourself.
I could kill for a cup of coffee, dude. I am exhausted.
I haven't had coffee in a long time, Carlos. Thanks for rubbing it in.
I don't know how you do it, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
I love my coffee.
In the morning.
It's funny because
Or in
I could see it.
evening.
We're each making stupid faces at each other. Seriously, my day doesn't start right unless I have some coffee. Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
like don't talk to me, and that's as grumpy as I
yeah.
get. But I just don't feel right. And I
Yeah.
don't know if it's mental or if it really,
It's an addiction.
like I really feel better that I've gotten the coffee in my system.
It's probably an addiction.
Yeah. But real quick, Jagged Little Pill, one of the best albums ever.
No joke.
Dude.
Along with Oasis Wonderwall. Along with Green Day Dookie.
The Joshua Tree? Is that before your time?
No,
U2?
but I'm not a big U2 fan. Nope.
Well, that album was good. I think YouTube, at the risk of alienating one of the two listeners, they're a little overrated. You know what I mean? And they got real world PC and just I get it. All right, you want to change the world? I get it. Get a second name and just relax. But the Joshua Tree was a pretty good album.
Yeah,
and the first Hootie and the Blowfish album.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. And Blues Travelers, and Counting Crows,
Yes.
and Collective Soul. Anyway,
And anything by the Chili Peppers. Dude, I really want somebody to call.
I know. Nobody's really responded yet, but
Yeah, I don't know. What do they think we're gonna do?
call them names or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want me to do a little intro?
If you want to.
Okay, it's OIF episode 14. And today we're going to talk about Battleship, and some airline stuff, Gillette commercial, patient pet peeves, inappropriate office issues, and stuff like that.
A little bit of everything, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pertinent.
It's a plethora of info on stuff that you don't really care about.
An overabundance of shit no one cares about.
So,
but this is easily digestible. Just background noise.
This is banter.
This is brain candy, is what this is.
And then I want to bring him up to speed on the Battleship game. So far, Carlos sunk my freaking carrier. And,
Gurgle.
I think everyone on board is gone. So we're going to continue that throughout the episode as well.
Yes. So
and I'll just start us off, Carlos, by saying B8.
Bait. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I think you may have gotten a hit.
Hit you? Oh, let me grab my red.
Congratulations.
Oh, and what ship is it?
It's the submarine, I believe.
Oh, no sneak attacks up here? Never mind. So, were you going to say something, or should I jump right into the airplane stuff?
I was going to say D5.
D5 is in dog 5?
Yeah.
That's a miss! Your first miss of the game. Yeah.
No, it's not the first. It's the second one.
No, I mean you're. Oh, so you live in Atlanta?
Yes.
That thing's tiny.
What, my battleship thing?
Oh, you better be careful. Don't let me see anything. I didn't.
You
And I'm an honest person.
cyber
so.
cheater.
That doesn't. That sounds like an actual like online romance thing. You cyber cheater.
You know.
But it's actually Battleship. So you live in Atlanta, and you're a fan of the airport there?
Yeah, it's huge. Like
Yes.
I timed it last time I landed, and
Yeah.
I want to see how long it takes me to get out of the building.
Right.
No check luggage.
Boom.
Just me
Out.
hauling, right? And
Yes.
I think I was on the furthest terminal, and you got to go downstairs and jump on this subway thing.
Yes.
And this thing shoots like 100 miles an hour for like
Yes.
5 seconds, and
there's
then it slams the brakes on.
Yeah, and then isn't there A, B, C, and D terminals?
I want to say there's an E.
Yeah, you might be right. I've been there a few times.
And I know there's a T, which is like you could just walk to it because it's right there. There's T,
Weird.
and then you go downstairs, and then there's A, B, C, D, and E. And I think I was coming from D or E. Anyway, 38 minutes from when the plane touched down till I was walking out of the building. That's ridiculous.
That is. Wow. Did you take the walkways that move you forward and then you like fall as you're trying to get off of it?
No. I jumped on the train, dude. It just
Yeah, but don't
just
they
took a
have the
minute.
walkways that move too?
Yeah.
So once you get off the train, you can jump on one of those,
Yeah.
or does it go?
I think it was a real late flight.
Yeah.
And there weren't a lot of people there, and it was just
okay.
weird. It was just kind of creepy, you know.
Yeah.
And I think the week before, a fire had broken out in one of the tunnels
What?
that has that little subway that
Oh gosh.
that flies
Yeah.
between terminals.
Yeah.
Speaking of the airport, I'm heading there in a couple of weeks. I'm going to Sacramento. Sacramento, where you at?
Yeah. A-Town. Sac-Town. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever Sacramento is. Go Sacramento.
Well, you were telling me, you started telling me something about the airport and how you'll never fly Delta, my beloved airline, ever again.
In Atlanta.
Why?
Atlanta specifically. So here's what happened. John and I got married April 24th.
Congrats.
Well, my friend offered to pay like part of us to go down to Florida with her, and I was like, okay, we'll just act like this is our honeymoon because we didn't plan anything for a honeymoon. So we ended up, hopping on a plane. We took planes there separately, so my friend and her family were already down there, and we're in the airport. We get to Atlanta. We're sitting there. I think it was a late flight, maybe a 10 p.m. flight or something like that. Well, there was a storm coming through, so it got delayed. It got delayed till I think we finally left the airport 1 or 2. It might have been as late as 3, and we're flying to Panama. Yes, we're flying to Panama City.
Nice.
So we board the plane. We get on there. We get to Panama City in the air. And for some reason, the airport is not communicating with the airplane. So they're like, we're sorry, folks. We're going back to Atlanta. And we were not happy. So we get back to Atlanta. So people are scrambling to get other flights and stuff. And we're like, okay, well, what's the next flight we can get? The next flight is 2 p.m. tomorrow. 2 p.m. tomorrow? So we were like, hey, can you... comp us a hotel room or something? They're like, no, dude, it wasn't our fault. Here's some cookies. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
So we go to this terminal and we sleep on the chairs in the airport. And the airport
not very comfortable.
No, the arms don't go up like in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Like you can't lift the arm up. So I'm sitting here, I'm huddled under my jacket. Maybe they gave us blanket. Maybe, I don't remember. But we're like trying to sleep. I finally talked to my friend who's already down in Florida. She said, well, why don't you see if you can get a flight to Fort Walton Beach and we'll just drive up and get you. I was like, okay. So we ended up finding a flight at 10 a.m. to Fort Walton Beach. We ended up being in the airport for 17 hours for our honeymoon.
That's ridiculous.
I won't fly Delta. No mo.
It's going to get worse. Since Atlanta, the airport is on the south side of the city,
Yeah.
If you rented a car, you probably could have drove it in about 4.5, maybe 5 hours, depending on
And
city.
now I'm gonna go cry. Oh, so here's the
literally
reason.
like right there.
That's kind of bullshit, Carlos. Why'd you just tell me that? Why
Did you not
tell
know
me
that?
No, I didn't know that.
Really?
Geography is not my strong point.
Dude, I can make it there from my house, and I live northeast of the city, almost 6 hours. Yeah, and that's with a stop. That's with like breakfast.
I think the rental car companies were already closed because it was like 1 a.m. or something, or 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or something.
Sucks.
And we tried to get a rental car. They didn't have any. That's right. I remember this now because we saw some guy like running towards the rental car companies, and we were like, "Oh, let's try that." And
sure,
no, they didn't have anything because we were all displaced. This is what drove me crazy in the first place is they switched our gates several times before we got on that 1 a.m. flight and turned around and came back.
It's like that shell game.
Yeah,
Where's your gate?
Like,
I don't know.
Okay, we're finally at gate E32. Okay, checking in, make sure we're here. And they're like, I'm sorry, your flight's moved to gate E, so you're going to have to get on a train, and it's 45 minutes down the road. Yeah, okay. And we get there, and, I'm sorry, your flight left. No, that didn't happen, but it could have.
It's enough to make you crazy, though.
So anyway, that's my Atlanta airport story.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought you were like, oh yeah, I got everything.
17 hours?
I got all my stuff stolen or something. I thought you were. Well, something happened
I'd rather
at the
have
airport
something
today.
stolen.
What? I'm not sure, but I think
like on the news.
Yeah, it was on the news. There were one of the girls I work with. Her mom works there, and they were getting everybody out of the building. So I don't know what happened.
What?
We have TVs in my office, and I don't know. I didn't bother looking it up. But something happened. There was a fire, or somebody was trying to burn something down, or
oh wow,
some crazy person.
The whole airport had to go.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Jeez, that's a lot of people.
That's a big airport too, man.
Heck yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
You hear about that guy that snuck a gun all the way to Japan?
What?
Did we talk about this last week or no?
No.
Yeah, evidently, he made it through TSA.
Was it up his butt?
No, I don't think so. I want to say it was in his bag, and he dipped through.
Well, they don't care about anything right now because they're not getting paid, right?
I know. I'm still,
I ain't flying right now.
I know. Well, I gotta go. I can't drive. I can't go to Sacktown.
Oh, that's right.
In a car.
That would take you 48 hours, like 2 full days.
I looked it up today just to see. It said 1 day, 11 hours. That's crazy.
Ugh. That's 35 hours in a car.
Just at highway speeds.
No.
I would lose my mind.
It's worth the risk.
So I'm going to leave, as early as I need to, and I'll get there when I get there.
Oh, speaking of airport BS, did you hear about the Taiwanese flight?
Mm-mm.
This guy, they said he was like 440 pounds.
That's a big boy.
Big guy. And he demanded to have 3 seats together. And luckily the flight wasn't too full, so he got that. And then he demanded to use the business class, whatever, bathroom because he couldn't fit in the other bathrooms. And I can see that. That's fine, whatever. So then apparently he goes in there and he does number 2. And then he screams and yells and stuff for the flight attendant to come in to the bathroom and help him get his pants off because he can't do it because he's like squished in this bathroom or something. And then to top it all off, he insists that the flight attendant wipe his ass.
Shut up.
Oh my gosh. And she did it. They said that, I heard this on the radio show that I listened to, and they were talking about how like she looked in her picture, she just looked like run over by a truck or something. She looked like she was violated. Can you imagine? They said that company only hires females to do the flight attendant thing. Oh, hold on. It gets worse. Apparently, while she was wiping his ass, he was moaning in pleasure, saying something about going deeper, go deeper.
Oh no!
She made him do it. He made him do it like twice. Yeah, I'm like, how is that not criminal action?
That's not
because they were
cool,
talking about
dude.
like, what do we do about it? Do we ban him? Like, obviously ban his ass from flights.
Literally,
like that.
Not him. but his ass.
Right.
Yeah, literally.
Yes. Your ass has to hang out the window.
Am I insane, or they're not bathrooms in the airport? Why couldn't he go then?
Oh, well, it was a flight from like Taiwan to another country, so I can imagine it was probably like a 12-hour flight or something.
Yes, I don't know,
I'm
man.
guessing.
But
seriously,
that guy's a little pushy.
I'm sorry.
No pun intended.
I know. I would have been like, no, you wipe your own ass. You learned when you were like 4. No.
I'm sitting here in shock. That's ridiculous.
Is that not the most insane thing? It's ridiculous. Like, I think I would have pushed him off the plane.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, here's our bathroom. Jump out here.
I don't know what to say. That's hard. I know I wouldn't have done it.
No, that nasty. And they were saying that he looked like a really huge Santa. So I guess he was an older guy, but sicko. That's what he is. Sicko.
He's a little pushy though, making all these demands. I want 3 chairs.
Right, and that's how the radio show portrayed it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that that's the truth.
Okay.
But who knows?
I don't know. Maybe maybe he's got bad shoulders or something. Who knows? I don't know.
I know, but still, why don't you bring somebody to wipe your ass? Not
that's
not the poor lady. So the other thing I want to say is B7.
All right. I think you're cheating now. And
I'm not cheating.
And you missed.
Oh, did I? Shoot.
Yeah.
Then how am I cheating? Dang it. There's only so many ways to go with it. I think we both know where this is headed. Yeah, I'm sinking your sub.
All right, we're going. All right, how about let me get some F8 action.
Damn it.
Are you serious?
Hit. You're a jerk. You hit my submarine.
Well,
now it's a sub for a sub.
That's right.
Sub for a sub.
Some people were going, "Oh my god, I used to play that when I was a kid."
I know. That's awesome.
You
That's
never
awesome.
know.
We love feedback, by the way.
You never know what people are gonna like.
They're nostalgic about. Some things.
You never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm nostalgic about?
What?
When people used to call the hotline at 256-743-5677, which was never.
Yeah.
But but somebody, yeah.
Hey, but we put it out there.
Yeah,
somebody
leave a message, man.
Somebody call. Maybe I'll put the phone number up real quick.
They might want to call, and I can't get you in on that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that would be difficult.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hey, did you see that Gillette commercial that people are talking about?
Yeah, I saw it. And
so first of all, can I ask you this?
Shoot.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Is Gillette really the best a man can get?
They're pretty good.
The best a man can get.
But they all start off sharp. You know what I mean? All the name brand ones.
They do.
Start off pretty sharp.
They do.
And
so it might not be? Is it possible that it might not be?
Especially when they're making weirdo commercials. You sell.
I like your non-committal answers. That's great.
I know, I'm super vague. Just sell razor blades,
So you watch
man.
the commercial.
Yeah. It's just boys will be boys.
I'm sure they have a great following.
Boys will be boys.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy. All right. Again, with that phrase, maybe I'm crazy. But is it me, or it seems like there's an attack on anything that's masculine, or aggressive. Like boys wrestling. That's what guys do.
Right.
We're either fighting or we're pretending fighting for when a real fight happens. And that's
you can't even play cops and robbers anymore.
What happened with that? I remember running around a playground with a
God
hand.
forbid you do cowboys and Indians. Holy crap. I get what you're saying. The other thing is, I guess maybe I just don't think about it so deeply, but I thought the commercial was very heartfelt, made a point. Like, okay, what's wrong with telling people not to bully?
Right.
And I mean, ultimately, that's basically it was saying, fathers need to be good role models for their sons.
Definitely. Yeah, and teach them how to be fair and
right.
Not abuse. One, don't hit girls. Just the standard good guy stuff. But
right.
I don't
the chivalry.
I don't see, and I've never seen anybody go, you know what? It's great. Hey, let's go home and smack our wives or our girl. That's never been okay. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's Do you think it's sort of a response to because a little while back the football players were getting a bad, they were talking about how a lot of them were getting caught with hitting their wives and stuff like that. Do you think maybe that this is like the result of that?
I think so, but just because you play an aggressive sport, and a couple,
there are good guys that play
guys
sports and stuff.
Do all kinds of things, donate food for orphans and people on Thanksgiving, and Make-A-Wish and just a million and one things that they were, the breast cancer awareness and just everything. And you're gonna have a couple guys that are a little hot-headed, and it's not right, but I think he's paid dearly with his, hey, that is unacceptable. You're out of here.
Yeah.
So I think the message
it'll ruin
was
your
sent.
career now.
If you put your hands on your wife and knock her out in the elevator, you're never touching a football again. At least not professionally.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I grew up in an era. Again, I'm a couple years older than you, where, you don't hit girls. You protect them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that women can't protect themselves. That's not what I'm saying. But
because I was about to say.
Well, I'll say this: if I'm walking with my wife and something were to happen, I'm gonna push her away and give her the car keys, and I got to deal with whatever's happened. I'm not. That's my job. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And I'm sure John would
in a very traditional sense.
And John would do the same thing
John
for
would
you.
absolutely do the same.
Of course he would.
I don't know. I'm kind of the one that reacts though, so I might throw him the car keys and go get the car. I'll take care of this guy.
Well, you're a karate expert, so that might fit the bill.
Yeah. But John definitely feels that way. Like, for example, if we are walking down the road, he will put me on the inside away from traffic. Yeah. Or he'll open the door for me. Just classic chivalry type stuff.
When you guys go out, does he sit with his back against the wall so he can see people come in and try to murder y'all?
No, that's me and my ninja skills.
Well, that's me.
No,
I'm super paranoid. My wife goes, "Where do you want to sit, Mr. Security?"
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, I won't be able to enjoy the meal. I have to sit where I can see everybody coming. I think that's a guy thing. Maybe that's a
big town, small town thing.
I think that's
because John doesn't do that.
That might be a Jersey thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be a big town, small town thing. Like, we don't, I don't know, small towns, you don't expect anything bad to happen, blah, blah, blah.
Maybe.
But we never position ourselves for, specifically for safety.
Well, I grew up in a place where if you didn't nail something down, someone was going to steal it.
It was going to go.
And the nail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, my mom has a phrase
in
Spanish, and she's like, they stole everything, even the nail. Like, a lot of, we grew up Catholic, and we had a crucifix in the house somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And the phrase is, they stole everything, even the nail that the crucifix was nailed on, was hanging on. You know what I'm saying? So if they'll steal that, they'll steal anything. Is the point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. I told you the bike story. I mean, that's. I got my car broken into. I got my pickup truck broken into.
Yeah.
And I had a ton of change. They just destroyed the dash and tore it apart.
They took your $12 in change?
It was closer to about 20, but dude,
snap.
They ripped the speakers out of the thing and the amp underneath the seat.
Good Lord.
I had a nice little rig, and so I grew up just looking over your shoulder, just because.
It makes sense. Yeah. I get it.
Even today, we live in a quiet neighborhood, and I'm busy a lot too, but I don't really interact with a whole lot of my neighbors. I interact with one guy. We live in the corner, so every house can see our house. So if somebody doesn't belong there, everybody knows it. You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We got an alarm, 2 dogs,
guns, knives.
Yeah, my karate skills,
throwing stars,
my ninja skills.
A white flag if you ever need that.
I have, but let me just be honest. I don't have any real fighting skills whatsoever. But I did want to be a ninja when I was a kid, and
don't they all?
Yeah,
Or don't we all?
Yeah.
I did.
And
Heck
ninjas
yeah.
don't cry. Did I ever
No.
tell you that story?
Nope.
No?
No.
Real quick.
Did I? Did
I
you?
got a buddy of mine in Jersey. His name is Ray, and I'm gonna send him this episode when we get done. And he has 3 boys, and they're maybe 12, 14, 15. They're early teenagers, right? And
Yeah.
they know me as the guy who quoted the phrase "ninjas don't cry," because one night in 1985, maybe we were all playing tag in this park in Jersey, and there's like a creek that runs through the middle of it, and a little couple, people take stupid pictures and hold hands over these little, over the little stone things, and it's
little bridge.
And in the daytime, you can see, so you can run and jump it. You know what I mean? I used to be able to run and jump. But this is at night, and I didn't want to fall into the creek, so I maybe jumped a little bit too short and landed short. So my left foot landed on the grass, my right shin smashed against the brick that was the corner of the creek thing, right? Ouch. So I hit and I roll over, and it was bleeding, and I remember feeling like little sandy bits of bone underneath the skin, and I'm sitting there just holding my leg and going, "Ninjas don't cry. Ninjas don't cry." So out of the dark, all like maybe 6 of us show up, and we're sitting on the ground in the grass, crying, laughing so hard that I'm saying ninjas don't cry. So, and I don't know, we had this fascination. And I remember my buddy Ralph, he would say, his grandmother was still alive back then, and she goes, "What are you going to be for Halloween?" He goes, "A ninja." And she goes, "A niña," like a little girl. Are you
like
serious?
A baby.
and she's like, "Why do you want to be a niña?" And he's like, No. A ninja's totally not a little girl. It's a Japanese assassin.
Yes.
Whatever. Anyway, so that's just some of the nonsense that we used to get into in Jersey, man. Oh, good times, man. It's so stupid.
Ninjas don't cry.
Yeah. That should be on a T-shirt.
Yeah. Hey, have you watched Family Guy where they Peter will hit his knee and then he sits on the ground and he's like for like 45 minutes? That's what I pictured when you.
Yeah. Oh, it was totally.
It
was just like tumble. That. Except instead of saying that, I was saying ninjas don't cry. Did you do weird dumb stuff like at night where you run around, or somebody runs into a bush or something, or
there's like a hole in the yard and you like find the hole and you almost break your leg and stuff. I remember one time that me and my friend, we were climbing a tree. We just climbed trees a lot. And I probably fell 10 feet, I'm guessing, because it was pretty high. Watch if we go back to that tree, it's like 4 feet off the ground. But back in the day, I mean, I put my hand straight up and I still couldn't reach it by jumping. It was probably double me. So I'm like, even if I'm 4 feet, it's 8 feet high.
Right.
Well, I fell out of the tree flat onto my back. And it knocked the wind out of me. Course. And I'm like, I thought I was dying. And I'm like, because I can't talk. I can't talk. Oh my God. And so my friend, she like scrambles out of the tree and runs and gets my mom. And my mom's like, "Oh, you just got the wind knocked out of you. You're fine." And I'm like, I can't breathe. It hurts so bad.
We used to get the wind knocked out of us all the time.
Oh, my brother punched me one time and knocked the wind out of me. Oh, my God. We had knockdown, drag-out fights, me and my brother. But we loved each other. It was like, one of those, I don't know. We used to be like super close growing up, playing Legos and video games. I did whatever he wanted to do. And then he got to be a teenager. And then his guy friends would come over and they'd fix bikes. And I'm like, I don't fix bikes. So I was not cool anymore.
Yeah, we were little like bootleg mechanics, man. You had a flat. And
yeah.
Everybody had a pair of grip pliers.
Yeah.
And a patch kit. And some kid had a pump somewhere. And we'd be back on the road in no time.
Those are the good old days. Man.
Real quick. Anybody listening, look up the comedian Ryan Hamilton. He has a bit about getting the wind knocked out of you that is hilarious.
Oh, Lord. I'll have to watch that.
Like, call bomb. And
because you can't say anything.
He's like he goes, as an adult, if I got the wind knocked out of me, I'd be in an ambulance.
You'd probably pass out and like be in ICU.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because it's a wrap. But when you're a kid, it happens 3 times a week, you know?
Right, and you just jump up and go, I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
But Ryan Hamilton, look it up. It's hilarious. Very, very funny guy.
I'll have to watch it after this.
And he's clean. Super, super funny. Super funny.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Gillette commercial, I think we're kind of opposite feelings about that. Like, I think there's nothing wrong with it because you can, teach not on complete end of the spectrum, but we're somewhere on the middle. But you're on one side and I'm on the other.
We're within touching distance, but we might be a little bit on the other side. Yeah. Well, we're not on opposite sides of the
I can barely touch your fingertips.
Field. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We're on the 10-yard line reaching out.
But let me ask you this: do you think that masculine type behaviors are being encouraged, discouraged, or just letting them be? I think they're being discouraged. Generally.
I do because I don't agree with the give everybody a trophy thing. I feel like it's taking the competitive edge off people, and if we want good employees or employers later on in life, they have to have a competitive edge, because what else drives you to succeed?
Other than, hey, that sucked when I lost, I'm going to try harder.
Yeah, and I want a trophy. Okay, well, you're going to have to do more practice. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to work on this.
I don't know where I read this, but they say that kids that get trophies that they know they didn't deserve, it messes them up even more because they know they didn't deserve them. You're like, hey, I got a T-shirt.
It's like Halloween for trophies.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know, but I grew up in a rougher area, so rougher times.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
You know what comes across as just a little wacky to me? Not wacky, but just I'm surprised by it. Is martial arts classes. Like, kids still do that, and you're sitting there fighting each other. Like, I'm surprised that hasn't come under fire or something. Do what?
Isn't that cultural appropriation? Where you have a bunch of kids pretending to be Asian and learning something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if you're going to take things to the ridiculous extreme of their definition,
right? Yeah.
Like, wasn't there a girl that wore like a Chinese influenced dress to a prom or a party or something, and everybody bit her face off? Do you remember
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I wore a Japanese style dress to prom.
Yeah, that might be frowned upon now. I don't know.
Different day and age, but I don't know. I do think it's a little overboard.
I don't know.
And I'll probably have my kids in martial arts, and they're gonna get some competitive edge because they still do competitions, and it's like you fight your way to the top.
My brother sends his daughters to martial arts class. And I told you, right? Where I go, what happened?
No.
And she was like, well, I came in second, Uncle Carlos. I'm like, well, who won? She goes, this boy. I'm like, you let a boy beat you? I go, next time, kick him in the teeth and be like, enjoy your trophy with no front teeth, And my brother's like, dude, come on, man. You can't tell her that. What's wrong with you? Why would you tell her that? And I'm like, she knows I'm kidding. And she's like, Uncle Carlos, she had her hand over her mouth. You can't do that, Uncle Carlos. I'm like, well, if you were my daughter, we'd be kicking people all kinds in the face,
Yeah, accidentally.
Yeah, enjoy your trophy now, gummy.
Smile it up for the newspaper without no teeth.
I wouldn't do that. I'm being silly, but
right, sure.
And I probably couldn't kick somebody that high anyway if I tried.
I would have to stretch first. Hold on, dude. Wait a second. I gotta stretch.
Snap a hamstring, monkeying around.
Oh, I did that once. I used to do. They called it continuous sparring, and I went to the U.S. Capitol Classics back in 1999, and it was a new thing because they used to do the point sparring, which they still do. But I grew up the martial arts that I did. It was we did 2 minutes. We did a minute round, a 30-minute or 30-second break, and then another minute round. And you got as many points as you could. Well, point sparring is they go fight, and then you get a point, and then they stop, and you start over. Well, that's not realistic anyway. But I did the continuous sparring. No. So in this U.S. Capitol Classics, 1999, I went in. We did the continuous sparring, and I won. Like, I was first place, the U.S. Capital Classics champion, blah, blah, blah. The next year, I went to, like, defend my title, and as I was stretching, I had my leg on the trainer's shoulder, and I was, like, kind of doing the splits on his shoulder.
Wow.
And I felt something pop.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, what was that? And so I put my leg down. It felt a little wonky, but I was like, walk it off. Ninjas don't cry.
Boom.
Just walk it off.
That's right.
And then I'm in the middle of the match, and my leg keeps giving out. Like, my leg that's my support leg, because I usually kick with my right foot. Well, I couldn't support myself, so I was having to do a lot of more arm work instead, with a few kicks here and there. But anyway, I lost that match. I got second that year with a freaking split pulled hammy. The next day, I woke up and oh my god,
That's still not bad. Second place with a pulled hamstring.
I know, right? And the chick was from Canada. But anyway, so yeah. Canadians.
Wolverine's a Canadian.
Anyway, well, I like him.
Yeah.
I
don't even know why I brought that up. Just real quick on the did you watch Infinity Wars?
Yes, finally.
Yes. You never saw it?
Yes, turning people to dust and stuff. No, unfortunately. So my friend Jess, the one that emailed us about the dream sequence stuff.
I don't know if we can keep doing this.
Hi, Jessica. Anyway, so she was telling me about this stuff. I thought I was caught up, just so you know. And then she starts talking about all this stuff that happened in this movie, and I was like, I don't remember that. And then I realized I missed one.
Oh, my God.
So I had to go back.
That was the best one.
And I watched it, fell asleep near the end, so I had to watch it again the next day.
Fantastic.
But I watched it. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
I don't know. I'm a big kid, so I like dumb stuff like that. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube theories on who's going to be in the movie. The second one coming out in a couple months.
The next one, yeah. Yeah, because it can't end like that. That's bull.
Oh, no. Dude, I mean, he killed his daughter. I mean, that Thanos dude.
That's
a bad
trashy
dude, bro. Anyway.
That's trashy.
I know. I probably sound like a giant 13-year-old right now.
Teddy bear. No.
But I went with a bunch of guys, and it was, a bunch of guys, my son and his friends, and it was fantastic. But anyway, they were talking about that Wolverine might make an appearance in the movie, and I was like,
oh, wow.
I don't even know if I could take that right now.
Like my heart's going to explode.
Lose my mind. I love that stuff because it's designed to be fantasy, superhero, comic books type of stuff. It's supposed to be not real.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the movies that I was gonna go see, that movie, The Mule with Clint.
That sounds familiar.
Where he's like a 80-year-old drug mule, and I'm like, it just looks sad. I don't know. It looks like it might be.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna die at the end or something. You know what I mean? And I didn't see the movie, but I was like, that's a little bit too heavy. I'm gonna go see something stupid. I'm gonna see something light and dumb. Let me go see Aquaman or something. So I went to go see Aquaman. That dude could swim his ass off in jeans and boots.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. My friend Renee, shout out to Renee Blanken. She has a super crush on Jason Momoa. Yeah. She has a little Aquaman figurine on her desk at work.
That's hilarious. He's a good looking dude, though.
He's okay. He's not my style, but she's hot for him.
You don't like those chunky rings and the locks?
No, I'm more of a clean cut kind of guy type. Okay. That's what I like. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the long hair thing.
One of my son's friends is upstairs, right? They're watching TV. And I'm going to go to dinner with my wife, and I'm putting my shirt on, right? And I'm a little bit overweight, right?
Okay.
We're not going to go into details. Doesn't matter. But just a few pounds overweight.
You're not 440, though, so you're doing okay.
No. And I can take care of my own needs. And I'm walking down the hallway.
You can wipe your own ass.
Yeah.
I wipe my own ass.
So I see Michael. He's sitting in the room at the end of the hallway. I go, hey, Mike. He looks up. I'm like, yo, who's this? And I stand there and I kind of like flex, right? He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like, a bald Aquaman, dude. And he was like, all right,
Oh,
yeah.
Just
right over my God. Yeah, totally. It's the hair thing kind of threw me off.
It's just the missing tattoos, and then you would have been there.
And knowing that I'm annoying a 20-year-old just kind of makes me giggle inside, and
they deserve
it. It
something.
tickles my soul. You know what I mean? You know what bothers me about them? We got stacks and stacks of bottled water, and they'll crack a bottle, drink a third of it, and I find a dozen partially drunk bottles around the house, and it just annoys the hell out of me.
Just, you know what they used to do in the military, because I was there for 3 weeks. They would make you, drink, and then whatever is left, they made you hold your canteen upside down above your head. So you had to drink everything, or else you were getting soaked.
Okay. Yeah, but
That's what you
if I knew who did it, I would totally wet them.
It doesn't matter.
Just pick somebody?
Do both of them. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm outnumbered. There's like 5 of them.
You just pick it random like my dad used to do. We would be driving down the road, and there was 3 to 4 children in the back seat of the station wagon. And man, if we started like kicking his seat or making too much noise, he would just flail his arm back there and just slap whoever he could reach. That's
Whoever got caught, man.
Yep. And then as soon as, like, I remember I got it one time, and everybody else just, like, stares at you like, oh, shit, are you okay? Yeah. It's like in their eyes. You don't say anything, but in their eyes, they're like, oh, she got it this time, but next time it could be me.
You know? It's like swimming with sharks. You never know whose turn it is, right?
You're right.
It's hilarious.
Yep. So
the good old days.
Something that back in the day, I'll tell this quick story about growing up. So one day, I think I was probably like 4, 5 years old, and we had this yellow station wagon, old school boxy station wagon. And my sister, she was like, hey, Sandy, come with me. Mom, like, parked crooked or something. I don't know. So she grabbed the car keys, and she's like, here, get in the back. So I'm in the way back of the station wagon. We called it the way back. The way back. So she gets in the driver's seat, and she's going to straighten up Mom's car. Well, she backed into the car behind her.
Oh.
And hit a pole with the door on the right-hand side. So from then on, we had a banana-colored station wagon with a dark goldish brown door. Anyway, but that's the stuff that kids do.
Yeah. My dad used to let us drive his car in that same park.
Where ninjas don't cry?
We're in the same park where ninjas don't cry.
Yeah.
And he would just, here, drive. I remember being like 12 years old.
Yeah, barely looking over the seat.
He wouldn't let us hit the gas. So he's like, keep your foot on the brake, right? And just how the car would idle at like 2 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it was like the coolest thing in the world. It's like, oh my God.
I can drive.
And I thought I was a driver, like a big idiot. And he's standing there with his foot ready to, stomp on the brake in case you started going crazy.
Man, things have changed so much. Like, I remember my dad did like a Britney Spears, and one of my little sisters was sitting on his lap steering. Because you remember Britney Spears like takes off with her toddler in her lap. Anyway, so he's letting somebody steer while he's driving and stuff. And I'm like, you can't do that anymore.
Dude, that's like 6 kinds of illegal now.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah. And the station wagon had the 2 seats in the way back that faced the other way.
The carbon monoxide seat?
Yeah, I guess. Maybe that's what happened to me. I don't know.
My cousin
then it had
some of those. They had like 5 kids, but they would sit back there and just give people the middle finger the whole time.
So when we would go to church, we had this little Escort, a hatchback, and we had so many kids that me and my little sister had to sit in the way back of the hatchback. So no seatbelts, no car seats, and we're sitting in the back. Yes, freestyling.
That's
and
hilarious.
I'm sitting here mouthing words to cars behind us,
help me?
going, help me.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've done that too. Hell yeah.
Nobody ever stopped.
No one cares.
But nowadays, oh my gosh, somebody would stop, somebody would call the cops. Oh my gosh.
There'd be an Amber Alert on your Escort station wagon in a minute.
Yeah, my face would be plastered on a milk carton, this kid in the back seat of this hatchback.
You know?
Oh
wait a minute, isn't it you? You're like, oh my God. Mom's
like,
gonna be
I'm
so
right here.
pissed.
I'm not missing. Yeah. I'm right here. Oh yeah.
That's
You're
although
yeah.
Just for the record, child abduction and that kind of stuff, not funny at all.
Oh no.
Pretending
this is just me being a stupid kid.
Yeah, being kidnapped.
Being stupid, yeah.
Ridiculous and funny. But we used to do that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah, and who would do that?
Yeah. We would tie bandanas around each other's eyes and like pretend like we're holding them down in the back seat, like when we're on our way down to the Jersey Shore.
Oh my God.
You know?
That's awesome.
Bunch of idiots.
That's awesome. Oh, hey, Carlos, how about B9?
B9. Yeah, you got me.
Hit?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And then so
9.
something that came up. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me get a F9.
F9 is a miss. So something that came up in the lighthearted RDH group. What kind of pet peeves you have for patients? A lot of them said stuff like, you know how your patients sometimes will grab the suction and they'll like make out with it. So here's the thing. If you are a patient at a dental office listening now, get your pen and paper out, write these things down, and never do them
Don't
again.
ever, yeah.
So a lot of them said, you know, they grab the suction, they make out with it, they, you know, act like their saliva is poison as soon as they walk in and sit down in your chair. It's like, and pointing to their mouths and stuff. So yeah, that's a pet peeve. And then somebody else mentioned, and this is a big one, is so somebody will show up 15 minutes before their appointment. So they're just sitting there waiting.
Right.
Maybe they updated the paperwork, blah, 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 and they're just sitting there. And then you like waltz out into the lobby and you're like, Linda Stevenson? And she's like, oh, yes, I'm ready. But can I use the bathroom first? Sure, Linda. Let's go to the bathroom.
What have you been doing this whole time?
Exactly. You didn't have to go 5 minutes ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Linda.
I don't know, man. I like the ones where you go, you know, Mary Smith, right? And then they'll walk up and it's like they're offended that I'm not their regular hygienist. I'm like, what's the cold shoulder for, bro? Is this how we're starting off this cleaning? Is this the kind of relationship you want to have?
You think I want to be with you too?
I look like security. Do I look like the guy you want to piss off when I'm about to go in your mouth with a handful of sharp instruments? I don't know if I ever told you this. This had to be 20 years ago. I was working in Northeast Pennsylvania, and I was temping. And this lady, and I'm working on this lady, and she goes, "Don't hurt me, because I'll punch you."
Oh,
Don't
I've heard
hurt me,
people
'cause
say
I'll
that.
punch you.
I'm like,
and this
if
is
you punch me, your ass is out on the sidewalk.
This is like 98, 99. She's like, don't hurt me because I'll punch you. Yeah, you better not poke me because I'll punch you. She said it maybe 10 times. I said, well, I'm trying not to hurt you because I will punch you back. I will 300 Leonidas kick you through this window, lady, if you put your hands on me. All right? I didn't say that.
Oh, that was a famous kick too. But anyway,
in my mind, I was just like, don't do it, lady.
Black hole.
Why would, if you're that intimidated, then just leave. Why are you gonna take the risk where you might have to punch someone? I'm gonna leave before it gets to that point. Is what I'm saying. Am I crazy?
Right. No. So, in what world? Like, I wouldn't go to my gynecologist and be like, hey, if that speculum pinches me, I'm gonna punch you or kick you in the face. I mean, you don't say that. That's rude.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then on top of that, they'll walk in and go, before they even sit down, I hate the dentist. I don't want to be here. I hate the dentist. I hate this. I hate this. I don't like this. And I'm like, then why are you here? I'm here because I get paid to be here and it's my job. But why are you here? And I always say that stupid thing like, I just go, well, good thing I'm a hygienist. And inside I'm like, shut the F up.
I've never made that cutesy noise. I
Try it, Carlos. It'll make you feel better.
Loud so people can hear me on both sides of my room, you know?
Yeah.
And I had this kid, he's about 15, and he's going, you know, I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like this bib on my neck. I don't like, do you have a different chain? I don't like a chain. I like the little rubber one. Do you have different gloves? Do you have this? I don't like this. He said, I don't like to everything. I go, well, you know what I don't like? I go, people that don't like anything. And then all I heard was the patient and the hygienist in the next room screaming because they're like, this guy's about to lose it. He's about to strangle this kid. Somebody go in there and tag him. You know what I mean? He get somebody else in. Carlos is about to lose it. And it's just like, I'm super, super cool, but come on.
Yeah.
Work with me, man. Work with me, you know?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. And that just, Like the people that give you the hardest time. I'm gonna tell you guys out there, the maybe 3 listeners by now. I don't know, maybe.
You know,
If you are a patient going into a dental office and you do these things, you might have a harder, more hurtful time while you're there. Just saying. Not that everybody's going to be unprofessional,
no.
but if there's a way to increase the amount of pain we put you in, we might just try it.
No, I would be accused of that so hard. I don't know. But a lot of times when somebody's being rude, I try to kill them with kindness.
Yeah,
but I have to process it though in my mind.
Right.
I'm like, oh my god, but you can't let them.
Right, so we have to be professional and blah blah blah.
You can't let them see you freaking out. But I'm like, okay, seriously, is this how we're starting off? Okay, all right, well here we go. I'm trying to find somebody to go live with. That sounded kind of creepy. I think Charlotte's.
I think it should do what?
Charlotte's live. Okay, guys. So
okay.
I think we're gonna get Charlotte Stark online and see what she has to say, and we'll give her topic of the day, right?
Yes, pet peeves.
Yes. All right. So.
All right, she's ready for you to call.
Okay. So what do you guys want to talk about?
Oh, there's so many things. Gotta be more specific.
Well, first off, Charlotte, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, hello.
And
thank you for having me. You guys are hysterical.
We try.
Make me happy.
Thank you. Patient pet peeves, things that annoy hygienists that people maybe don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, I got some shit. I mean, how much time do you have?
What gets you? What's your top 1 or 2 things that annoy you?
All right, top
in the office.
Top, absolutely top. When I greet them, hi, how are you today? I'm not taking X-rays is their response.
Oh,
I'm like,
hi.
No. We're
Nice
just gonna start over. Hi, how are you today?
Do you say that? Do you actually say that?
No, I will. I'll like turn around real quick, do a 180, and then come back out. Hi, how are you today? So nice to see you. I'm totally obnoxious. Now, most people know me well enough that they don't take too much offense to it. I probably wouldn't do it to a new patient. Probably not. But if there's other people in the waiting room, I tend to level it up a little bit, which is super obnoxious, but
just to let everybody else know.
Yeah,
hey,
well, and it trains people. Like if you don't have,
we don't mess around here at Anderson Family Dental.
Yeah. This isn't McDonald's. I mean, I'm a nice person. I'm up for suggestions. We can talk about it. You're in charge of your own life. I'm not a control freak. Not too bad. Yeah. Anyway. But
live your life,
this
right?
is my thing. I've been doing it for a while. But just be a nice human being. That's all I ask. Like let's say hi first. Just shake my hand first. Come in and sit down. I don't even care if you take your shoes off. That's not a pet peeve of mine.
Do you have the ones that last minute go, can I use the restroom? Even though they've been there for 15 minutes?
Yeah, whatever. If they're not going to listen to what I'm saying because they have to pee the whole time. I've actually left the room to pee or whatever else I had to do. I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab my sharpening stone and I'll go drop some kids off at the pool real quick.
Oh, so you're a quick.
Did you ever have to?
I've done. I am. Yep. If anybody's seen any of my posts, I don't think there's TMI. We're all humans.
Right.
And,
everybody poops.
It's a normal biologic process.
About 5 minutes before it's DEFCON 5 and I'm uncomfortable and I have upper lip sweat. So when it's time, it's just time. They don't know what's going on. I mean, if I've known him for a long time, I'm like, hey, I got to pee real quick. Do you mind? Fill out your paperwork.
When you got to go,
I always have to check something in the other autoclave.
Right. Usually it's a sharpening stone, and I'll actually take a minute. I'll go through it. I'll actually show them what I'm doing to sharpen my tools, and they're so impressed because they're like, you know what, you're always so thorough and you want to take good care of us. And I'm like, yeah, and sharp tools is part of it. Like, that's how I stay so gentle. I'm not Attila the Hun here to beat you up. So I play into the whole story. That's why I had so much fun with people.
So what you been up to, Charlotte?
What have I been up to? Oh man. Human beings. I have a couple that live in my house, and we play and we do arts and crafts. One's swinging in my doorway on a yoga trapeze right now.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
nice.
With an amazing look on her face, and she gets through some pet peeve stories too. The other one that I want to mention, because I know it's so common, is when people put their hand on yours. They're like, "Listen, I need you to be really careful. This right here," and they point to it. They're like, that's a crown. And I'm like, what? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you sure?
It matches so well.
And it's just a class 5 on number 8 or whatever.
Right. It's from 1952, and there's like a 3 millimeter vid of recession.
Margin on it.
It's a PFM. It's so obvious. It's got like a little jewel on it. And like, I'm usually really rough, but this time, since you pointed it out, I'm going to go easy on that one.
I was planning on pulling that one off
today,
today,
your help.
But you gotta love them though. I guess it's one of those. It's a necessary evil. Nobody likes going.
It's just fear-based stuff. And so, sometimes when I'm nervous, weird energy in the room, I'll say stuff that I'm like, oh, probably that was dumb. Probably didn't need to say that. I hope that other humans don't hold that against me. Some of the words that come out.
Oh yeah.
But I guess as a patient though, you see things differently. Maybe, I don't know. My son hurt his hand playing basketball with some of his friends, and I don't know if he fell or hit something. But anyway, his knuckles cut himself and needed 5 or 6 stitches. And I didn't really care for the way the guy was putting the stitches in.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really, man?
In a hurry? Was he just kind of haphazard? And you're like, oh, that's a good strategy. We're going to have a scar. Let's not.
I think he was a student. And I didn't care for it. And I was like, dude. And I was like, I really thought I could do a better job.
You probably could, especially if you've.
Seriously. We've seen it a million times.
I've done some suturing, and I've done a little bit of four-handed dentistry, so you see it.
My point was, he was just kind of like just hand tying it, like he was making a rag doll for his dog.
Oh gosh,
just like backcountry stitches.
And with the dexterity that we all have, I think I could have done a better job. Is all I'm saying.
Well, that's like those pimple popper videos.
Oh
I can do a much better job.
Oh my god.
They just
Charlotte,
I know it's just to build some drama, so you'll get annoyed, so you'll keep watching it. It's like a terrible horror movie, but I think they do that on purpose. Like
Charlotte, when I watch those videos, I'm a fan of the blackheads, the more dried exudate, I guess you would call it. I don't know. I don't like the juicy ones, but
the nugget ones and the wormy ones are fun, but not like the ones that you think smell bad.
Here. But here's the thing that drives me crazy is, so you're watching this video and you see the one that you want them to do,
and they
do all the ones around it, but not that one,
right?
Or they like move the camera so you can't even see what's going on.
Yeah, and it's out of focus. What are you doing? And where are you going? Is someone actually? Are they taping for you? Are they filming there?
Are you watching this or what? Are you like, ugh?
I know. I want them all to get like those high def cameras on their glasses, so that I almost got a set just because I'm a gadget freak. And then I was like, Charlotte. I mean, I actually almost hit the PayPal button, and I'm like, what am I gonna record? Who's gonna watch it? Do I need to start a YouTube channel?
Well, they sell a thing for kids. It's a camera with a light, and it's set at a certain focal distance, but you can look at your pet's fur, your T-shirt, and
almost like it's like a macro lens with a light on it.
Yeah, it's like a microscope.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe, I don't know, 50, 100 power. I don't know what it is, but you can look at your dog's hair, and
And can you record it?
Don't know. I don't think so.
Because I have a macro lens, and I put it on like dead skin. I put it on toothbrush bristles and like just even flowers and things outside, to say, hey, guess
Sure.
what this is. It reminds me of like
Oh, that's cool.
when you were a kid and you see something that's not in focus, it's like way close up, and then I think it was in the Ranger Rick magazines or something like that. And you're like, oh, guess what this is, and they back it up and you're like, oh, it's a butterfly wing, yay.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, so I'm the creepy woman. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just the patterns. I know, I love it.
Our conservation magazine does that, so that they'll have this picture like, guess what it is, and then they have the answer on the next page, and it's like, I don't know, a lizard's eye or something crazy.
Oh, fun.
Eye of Newt.
Yes, Eye of Newt.
and that's going to in the witch's brew. Yes.
I don't want to keep you all night. I know you're probably busy.
Dude.
Sandy, any other questions for our first victim?
No, I think it's great. Thanks, Charlotte, for being our little guinea pig.
Dude, thank you so much.
I love guinea pigs.
This is the first successful experiment because my first Facebook Live thing didn't go so well.
That was hilarious.
I did one this afternoon, and I got a phone call, and then I just totally deer in headlights forgot what I was talking about, and so I just deleted it real quick. I'm like, only one person saw that, and then I did it over, and I look like I'm just full of energy and just so happy, but I was just still had leftover laughing at myself. So
oh gosh!
Sometimes those things work out well. The technology can be annoying, but it's funny.
Sandy wouldn't let me delete it. She's like, no, this is going live right now. We're putting this up.
It's good because then other people don't feel like they're just a disappointment.
It was totally authentic. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I thought you can add multiple people to it. And so I had to kick Lynn off to get Sandy on. It was ridiculous, man.
You'll learn. But, you'll be a pro soon.
Yeah. I think we got it.
Awesome.
It is.
Thank you. It's great to talk to you again. And appreciate you
go floss
helping
yourself.
us out.
I am going to floss myself.
It's about that time.
In the shower.
With your burst, right?
Hey.
Well, no, not with my burst, Carlos.
Well,
it doesn't do that.
Not floss with a burst. No, it's good, but it's
All right, you guys.
That's another. Real quick. Did burst or brush in the shower? Yes or no? Have you done it, or do you do it on a regular basis?
Yeah, I keep one in the shower and one on my counter, so I switch out.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't carry things back and forth.
There we go.
And then I just stick my head under the high pressure nozzle to rinse my mouth out.
Oh. Well, there you go. There you have it, people.
Yeah.
Right. There we go.
In the shower.
All right. Me and Charlotte. In the shower. All right. Take care.
Bye, guys. See you around the internet.
Yeah.
Good night.
See ya.
All right. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah.
You still there?
Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I got you.
Sweet.
I got you. All right. I say we stay on this and just call it a day. That
Finish
was
off.
Facebook Messenger Live.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. We are 3 doors down from hitting our first 1,000 subscribers on our Facebook page.
Oh, yeah. So close.
And less than a hop skip, maybe not even a jump, just a hop away from 500 on Instagram. Guys, thank you so much.
And I'll post the threads where you can put your favorite whatever happened on Off Your Flosser podcast and comment in the comments there. You can tell us which one you like the best and what episode it was, and then that gets you entered to win some Off Your Flosser merchandise.
Right, like what? What kind of stuff are we talking about?
I'm thinking I got a t-shirt, a pop socket, I don't know yet. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't even know.
Right.
It's going to be amazing, though, and fun. And if whoever wins, take a picture, post it, and, get seen by all 3 of our followers.
Yes.
We're kidding. We love everybody. And please, tell a friend. And thanks for listening.
Yeah. Email
Sandy,
us.
Anything else?
Yeah. Email us at offyourflosser@gmail.com. You can call us at 256-74-FLOSS. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, Off Your Flosser Podcast. Come and say hi. What's up?
Yeah, subscribe on iTunes.
Yeah.
Or you can listen on YouTube.
YouTube,
the
yeah.
Off Your Flosser podcast
Subscribe
on
there,
YouTube
too.
also. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Go floss yourselves.
Go floss yourself.
And good night.
Good night.